Come here, I want to do a thumbnail. I don't want to know if you're creeping, keep it on my low. Welcome back. We're doing, what's this thing called? No, Warfields Weekly Simple Single Roundup. That's what I'm calling it now. Because I can't do the Sunday thing anymore. I have tried so many times and I just can't get it out on the right day. So we're gonna just deal with it. I got some better lighting, kind of. I still look a little flat, but I don't care. I just need to get this done so it's not coming out on Friday again. Let's get into it. We're gonna start off with our skip song. Leading us in is Rita Ora with You Only Love Me. I want to say thank you to Rita. I was actually wondering recently, what would it sound like if an AI made a pop song? Now I know. This is perfect. Thanks. Next up, we've got KSI and Milo, Get Out of My Light. Meow. Yeah. Next up, we've got KSI and Oliver Tree with Voices. I think this review I found on Album of the Year pretty much sums it up. I couldn't have said it better myself. Also, this has to win the award, the worst cover art of the year. What the Next up on the list, we've got Rae Sremmurd with Sucka or Some. Man, just what happened to Rae Sremmurd? This is so disappointing. They ran the world for a few years, like endless hits for like 2014 to 2017. Not anymore though. Every single from Shrin Life 4 has flopped and it's just not good. They've been either ass or boring. This kind of rides the line between both. It's Trim song number 83. That's what it is. There's nothing special about it. It's boring. Next up, we've got KayCyy and Babytron with MOTOWN. This is barely even a collab between KayCyy and Babytron. This just sounds like two separate songs of theirs smushed together. And on top of that, it's both trash songs smushed together. I seriously want to know what's up with that beat switch. It just sucked. I still think Babytron is one of the most overrated rappers out right now. Next up, I'd like to welcome you to Bland White Guy Sad Pop Music Park. Here on our left, you'll see Good For You if it was just extremely boring. And on your right, we've got a song that I really don't have a joke for, but Lord is it a snooze fest. Last for the skip songs, we've got Meghan Trainor and Kim Petras with the Made You Look remix. Oh look, the worst song of 2022 now has the worst song of the year treatment for 2023. I blame every single one of you who streams this song, ironically or unironically, that this exists. I don't even want to get into it too hard. Meghan Trainor has always sucked, and so has Kim Petras' unpopular opinion. I also need to know, what is up with all the shitty cover art this week? Alright, moving on to the background songs. We're starting off with Quinn92 and AJR's Too Late. This song isn't actually too bad, and I liked it more in the context of the album, which I will talk about later because I'm going to be doing a monthly album wrap up. It's exactly what I thought it would sound like. I'm not super into AJR, and they kind of take over this song a bit. It feels more like theirs than Quinn's, but hey, I mean, it could be a lot worse. Next up, we've got Zara Larsson with Can't Tame Her. I need to go on a little rant quickly. Can we please stop with the synth pop? Put them away for like a year, maybe. The 80s synth pop revival is over and done. We've heard enough of it. Can everyone do like 90s and 2000s stuff now? I don't know. Or you know what? Alright, go further back. Make some like 40s inspired pop music. Make some like caveman banging on sticks inspired pop music. Anything would be more interesting than more synth pop. I want to hear some doo-wops and little numbers that you go to the Shake Shack about. I know none of this was about the song. It's okay, it's mid. I also think it's kind of funny that Zara calls this song Can't Tame Her, yet it is the most tame song I've ever heard. Next up, we've got Steven Sanchez with Evangeline. You know, I take it back what I said about 40s inspired pop music. I think what we need more is just inspired pop music. Okay, it sounds like I'm constantly ragging on all of these songs. I promise I'm not trying to be this negative. I'm just saying things that I think about the songs, and like I'm trying to be a little funnier with it, so I'm sorry if it comes off as negative. Next up on the list, we've got Cordae and Anderson .Paak with Two Tins. Unfortunately, the title does not translate here. I was really expecting a lot more from this song based on their previous collaboration, R&P. This one kind of pales in comparison, though. Don't get me wrong, the production is very nice and vibey, albeit a bit basic. Cordae and Paak have some decent interplay like they always have. I could totally see why someone would like this. It's just not really doing it for me, unfortunately. Next up, we've got the Kid LAROI with Love Again. I seriously thought when this first started that my headphones were playing Wake Me Up by Avicii. That's a much better song though. This one is just okay. I was hoping for a bit more based off of last week's intro that he dropped. This just sounds like more basic Kid LAROI music though. Once again, his vocals are sounding a lot better though, so that's a plus. Maybe the album will change my mind. Next up, we've got EST Gee's If I Stop Now. This is a bad attempt from EST at some like more melodic trap music, but what I really wanted to focus on here, and the reason it got put in meh, is this line. Last for the meh songs, we have Charlotte Sands with Alright. While I really like the message behind the song, it's definitely something I can relate to and get behind. The song sounds like some of that terrible mid-2010s like power pop music, like Rachel Platten or Sarah Bareilles. Anyways, moving on, we are going to start with the great songs. Kicking off the liked songs, we have Waterparks with Real Super Dark. You know, I love when Waterparks gets into the more like intense, like punkish vibes. The results have been mostly positive. This is no exception. This song sounds like a full-on mental breakdown, and I mean that in the best way possible. I could not be more excited for intellectual property coming out in April. Like, they've gone 4 for 4 on singles so far. Next up, we've got Lil Yachty with Say Something. If there was something I was not expecting at all this week, it was definitely this. I knew Yachty was coming out with his alternative album eventually at some point. That Tame Impala remix he did was super good. I didn't think it was going to be this good, though. Nothing could have prepared me for this. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to talk about it more in my monthly album review thing. All I will say is that Yachty should do more psychedelic rock because this is phenomenal. I am floating. Next up, we got Maisie Peters with Body Better. I love Maisie. Her, Indy, Olivia Rodrigo, and Holly Humberstone are some of the best up-and-coming pop stars that I could see being pop stars. This song is the lead for her next album, and it perfectly encapsulates that feeling of just lamenting over your ex and wondering why they left you, like the reasoning behind it. Think about their new relationship and this new person. The writing I really like on this one. It's personal, and Maisie has a really catchy hook. I can't wait for this project in June. I love you, Maisie. Coming up, we got Midwest and Denzel Curry with Tally. This makes up for the trash fire that was Killers and Robbers. Like I said before, Denzel never misses on a feature, and Midwest actually gave him a verse. This is a good song. It's a very good song. I'm more used to Midwest like hyper trap music that he usually makes, but this style fits really well too. The production on this song is really good. It's got this like Spanish-y, cowboyish vibe with like the trumpets going, and I really love it. It's really good. Need Denzel to keep this feature run up. When will he collab with Breakins? Up next, we've got Paris with Goddess. This song is just the I believe in female supremacy meme, but personified into a song. I'm all here for it though. 10 out of 10, no complaints. I also believe in female supremacy. I'm also 6'8", by the way. If no one else got me, I know day drinking and listening to Zach Bryan got me. Side note, this is actually Olipop's vintage cola I can't legally drink. Next up, we've got Vil and Valerie with Cycle. I really would like you guys to check this guy out. He's a very small artist. I found out about him through Twitter, and I think he makes very nice music. This particular song with Valerie reminds me of some of that more like somber late 90s rock-ish pop. It also kind of sounds like the song I Hope You Change Your Mind by the Chainsmokers, which is a good song, and I love it, so 10 out of 10. If that sounds like your kind of thing, please give it a listen. And if not, oh well, say goodbye to your dog. Coming up, we got Vaughn and Ab-Soul with Sandcastles. You know, I thought TDE would kind of fall apart after Kato left, but with everybody dropping again and Vaughn being a new signee, plus Doechii also, they seem to be doing pretty good. Not saying this guy is on Kendrick's level at all, but this is a nice little slapper. It's got a good beat, Vaughn rides it very well, and the solo assist does not hurt either. Next up, we got Fall Out Boy with Heartbreak Feels So Good. What did I do to deserve 2 bangers back-to-back weeks in a row from the Goats themselves? This song is a bit more poppy than the last one, but it still hits nonetheless. It's very good. I don't know if I agree with the title though. Heartbreak does not feel so good. Not to kink shame either, but come on, guys. Next up is Daniel Caesar with Do You Like Me? Yes, I do, Daniel. Thank you very much for the song. I am also floating on this one. Coming up, we got Gorillaz and, I'm gonna butcher this, Adeleye, Omatayo, I'm so sorry, with Silent Running. Well, Gorillaz has now released half their album coming out next month. I can't say I'm too upset about it though, because all of these songs, except like one, have been amazing. This is still one of them that's amazing though. Next is EST Gee with Blow Up. EST Gee has got to be one of my favorite trap artists out right now. I know I was ragging on his other song he dropped this week, but that's just because I didn't like that song. But this one is a banger. Slides on this beat like it's nothing. And this chorus, it's constantly getting stuck in my head. It's very catchy. Check it out. Next up, we've got Luke Combs with Growing Up and Getting Old. I hate that I like country music now. Everyone boo. Last but not least, we have Abhi the Nomad and Kato on the track with Gordon Ramsay. This is the lead single for Abhi's upcoming EP with Kato on the track. And I'm usually more of a fan of his poppier stuff and little like vibier things, but he goes off on this one. He has some really funny one-liners, particularly like the Bill O'Reilly reference. It's a little overdone, but it's still funny every time. I also found out the other day that this is the perfect song to go running to. So take it with you on your next run. That about does it for all the songs. If I had to recommend 3 tracks from this week for you to go check out, I'm going with Waterparks with Real Super Dark, Lil Yachty with Say Something, and Maisie Peters with Body Better. I promise I will try to get next week's a little more on time. I can't guarantee I will though. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, go check out the playlist with all these songs in it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.